better the brighter light
Oh,
you
okay.
have.
Sleepy little
Right?
fats.
Okay.
So,
I mean, everybody does, right? But if you think it's too bright, I can adjust this. Because you don't have to have like to make a difference.
Dear future, you are more uncertain than ever, but I am more determined than ever. Now with free virtual resources on RBC Future Launch at Home, I'm empowering myself today to be ready for whatever comes tomorrow.
He said this. They said. Okay, can you hear my microphone? He said this. They said.
Perfect. Sounds fine. Have fun.
Okay, can you hear my microphone? He said this. They said.
Sounds fine. Have fun.
Okay, can you hear my microphone?
Sounds fine. Have fun.
Okay, can you hear my microphone? Okay, I'm getting an echo. Is anybody else getting an echo? Is it still doing it, Sable?
Dear future, you are than ever, but I am more determined.
The giggling and stuff you hear is harem sound. Hi, Rowan. Are you picking up an echo, or can you just hear the sounds of my harem? A little echo. Like, is it actually echoing? Like you can hear it repeated? Or is it just like, sounds like I'm talking in a hollow room? Okay, I can't do anything with the hollow room sound. That's my headset. And the other stuff's my harem sounds. That's why I'm telling you guys. Like, it's it's from Sirenscape. That's what that giggling and talking and stuff is that you hear. Okay. Okay, everybody, welcome. Welcome to Ask an Old GM. This is me again talking to you from my wife's office. And I'm going to turn down the harem music. Okay, what was that? I heard a weird noise. Okay. Hi, Dragon Water Raid. That's what I heard. Okay, so I'm just getting started here. And on time for once, amazingly. Okay. Aloha, Kahuna. Well, okay. Became Kahunas, that's the raid shout. Aloha. Aloha. Is Kahuna still doing Kahuna quiet? I guess so. It's only like 3 o'clock there or something. 2 o'clock or something. So as usual, I'm open to questions and World Anvil articles, definitely. You want to display some World Anvil articles for me to look through and give you a role-playing game perspective on how much this is going to fit with a role-playing game. Oh yeah, that's awesome, Dragon Love Waters. Did my Twitch glitch? I don't know. Kahuna, everybody else is getting my sound okay, right? Except I sound like I'm talking in a hollow room because I'm using my headset. How do I recommend slowly introducing magic into a zombie apocalypse game? How much magic and over what period of time? Hello, Macaro. Ah, okay. So you just want to introduce it slowly, right? For him to get used to having magic around. Okay. I would introduce a very low level NPC with magic abilities as a secondary ability, not as a primary, right? Um, what system is this? D&D 3.5 or Pathfinder or D20 Modern? Hodgepodge. Okay. Yeah, D20 Hodgepodge. I would use some classes out of Pathfinder that are minor spellcasters like Magus or Alchemist, right? Investigator, even, and use classes like that to introduce magic slowly, especially Alchemist and Investigator. I recommend the Archives of Mythos. That's Archives of right. Typing the right keyword, Erin. I believe it's .com. For everybody else, hey Tillers, how you doing, man? Right, yeah. The Archives of Nephthys is a really good PRD to look through. Good for you. Right, so look up the Alchemist and the Investigator class in there, and maybe introduce one of them into your campaign. Just finished the next sheet today. Sheet for what, Tillers? Ah, the Infinity sheet. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I can probably show you a bit there. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'll show you the what we did with your character sheets there. Tillers, we made a couple of characters in World Angle. I'm just going to switch where I am to this one and go back to here. And so well, this is the character that I made that I gave to Diana. She helped flesh out. It's her character. I just made it up on there, right? And this is Tiller's wonderful sheet here, right? That he did for the classic BattleTech RPG. We get rated again? Okay, go back to it. All right, but this is really great sheet. And it also supports BB code, so you can bold things in it and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. And if we actually wanted to edit the sheet, I think I can edit it from the bottom. No, I can't. Yeah. So anyways, that's what we did with sheet there, Tillers. Right. I can edit the sheet. I'd have to go to my campaign settings to do that. Oh no, it works great, Tillers. Everything works great on that sheet. Nothing's forgotten. Everything adds up. Oh yeah, it's awesome. Right. Hello, Riku. Right. Or should I say hola, como esta? And thanks for the follow. Like all of us, Dragon Lovewater, his first language was gibberish. No, Sable Aradia is not the same person that's on the chat. I'm Erin Righ. So right there. Right there. I just use um, Sable's Twitter channel to stream from because we're a couple. And your first language was not German, Tillers. Your first language was gibberish, just like everybody else. Okay, I'm being really quiet, so I shouldn't do that. I'm just in a lot of pain, and my wife interrupted me for my stream, so I didn't get to take my painkillers. Yes, I'm looking at you, Sable. Yeah. Would you mind? Okay, I'm gonna take about a 5-minute break here, guys. Okay, back. Mikaro, you speak German? I used to. When I was a kid, I spoke some German, but I spent some time in a foster home run by German immigrants, and they like to speak German at home, so we all had to learn German. Now I can say some cusses. That's about it. Dragon Love Water. You live in the Netherlands there, Mikaro? Nice. I live about 300 kilometers away from my birth city, but still in the same province. Killers. Not even I watch German TV. That makes sense. You moved where the rent was cheap. Yeah, that's sort of why I live in where I live. Where do you Dragon Love Water? Hmm. You sick and tired of Mexican food or something? sleep when it's too late. Ah, okay. That's funny. I like food a lot too. You can tell by looking at my girth. I'm extra padded. Oh, and I did hydrate. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Dragon Love Water to hydrate earlier. I did. Yeah. Here you have to go to Alberta for that, but basically Alberta wants to Texas. So yeah, I don't drink water. Like I say, fish do the nasty in it. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll have a water bottle, but it'll probably be filled with milk because I'm going to be doing that lightning chocolate challenge. We're just waiting for Diane's chocolate to clear customs. Sable didn't out her; she outs herself. And I will have something full of milk. Yeah, we were talking about you. Go away. I did not say she eats in PB&J. I'm saying that she eats Soroka on her PB&J or Sriracha or whatever how you pronounce that bloody stuff. Garlic sauce. It's not really. Talk to the Thai or the Vietnamese. It's not a hot sauce. We like it a lot. We eat a lot of it around here. And the Vietnamese put it in their pho, and it's nice. Yeah, I agree, Rowan. Hot is a matter of perspective, just like pain. Right? But I prefer to call a sauce by what the natives who use it call it, and they call it garlic sauce. Which I got quiet. Expect me to do something on this stream or something? Actually, I have a question. Okay, I would love to hear it there. Dragon Love Water? Yeah, sounds good. Mikaro. You're always googly eyed killers. But it is what? It's 10 o'clock there at night? Okay, I have to sing something. A hidden system that would affect how much weird stuff a PC can sense. Sort of like ESP, right? Like, how much ectoplasm a person can sense type idea.
Um,
2237, what's that mean there? Yeah, she told me to wait until I pick the next time the silence is overwhelming and sing something there, Sable. Well, what games is this for? Okay. Well, in 5e, I would take a look at it and determine whether or not this sense is based upon what of the three attributes that it can be based on: intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Right. So, starting with that, I might give it a percent chance equal to your score in its relevant choice that you sense something. Right, and then modify that by probably the level of the character, and um, further modify that by how much practice and success they've had at doing it. Right? I keep track of how often they did it, right? And you don't even have to tell them about it. Just whenever there's something to roll, just roll that percent. When there's something to sense, and like you get an eerie feeling or whatever, right? Something's not right here. And you could have feats that would increase that percent, right? And class abilities that you could take that would increase it. Right? So, right, but you don't even have to tell your players that you have it, right? Um, right. The only time you have to tell them is if they decide they want a feat that will help them sense supernatural stuff or odd stuff, right? And you say, well, you have a chance anyways. Everybody does, but there is a feat that increases that chance, or whatever, right? That's my advice. Interesting. Normally, RPG Dinosaur Bob and DM Stretch make my stream, but they don't seem to be here today because they usually have some other perspectives too. And they're both old gems too. Shout out to RPG Dinosaur Bob and to DM Stretch. They both have streams on the Ambilight streamer core, which was just popped up there by Moobot. Oh, Bob is here. Well, he's burping, so. Oh, sure. That works too there. You have a site score that they can raise or lower, and at certain levels you get certain other abilities, right? You could base it on maybe the average of their wisdom and charisma, right? And then give them a number of abilities or a number of things seen based on the number of points they would normally have as a attribute bonus. So in other words, if a person has a 14 charisma and a 12 wisdom, and they therefore would have a 13 in their psych score, right? And that's +1, so they would have one special ability, so therefore they sense strangeness at this level, right? If they're, and then you could have it raisable by either raising your wisdom or charisma or raising it directly with your attribute bonuses, right? You could also have circlets or goggles like belts and bracers and such amulets that increase your attributes. You could have goggles or circlets that increase your sight attribute, right? Okay, I can understand that, right? Um, you think it would mostly be based off some wisdom and life events? Yeah, okay, sure, right? Yeah, maybe have them dice it, just like they dice everything else of their attributes, or assign them an additional couple of points to put into it from uh, point system, if that's what your uh, system is. It's okay, man. Right? We're hashing ideas here. We're brainstorming. This is what the channel's for. Help you be a better GM. Okay. In the meantime, anybody else got any questions or articles or anything they want me to look at? Hey, whatever works for you, man. Hmm. Mysterious timeline disasters. Neat. Hmm. Nice. Right. In case anybody wants to know, I use man as a gender neutral term. I have no idea what gender Dragon Love Water is, to be honest, so it's never been important to our relationship on Twitch. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, Rowan, you might want to consider picking up a copy of Judge Dredd in the World of 2000 AD role playing game, right? I don't have it yet either, or I'd just like lend it to you, but right, it's the Judge Dredd world, and therefore it's he devotes magic as sort of psychic uh, phenomena that can't be explained, right? And it's a good low magic system that is post-apocalyptic that would work with zombies. I believe they even have great stats for both fast and slow zombies in it, right? And so yeah, you might want to consider picking that up. Let's see if I can find you a link. Judge Dredd in the World of 2000 AD. Hey, that's not a bad price for that. That's only $40 for a standard hardcover book. And you get the watermark PDF with it. Nice. Okay, I'll just post that in chat. On keyboard. Hi, Chico. Hello, Philadelphia by night. I hope I'm entertaining you. All right. If you have any questions you want answered, don't be shy. All right. I am here to answer them. That's why I'm here. It's an AMA sort of stream, right? But, you know, I'll keep it role playing game related. A mortal campaign in what system there, Chiako? World of Darkness First Edition. Well, World of Darkness 1, not World of Darkness 2. Old World of Darkness, not New World of Darkness. That's awesome. Right? If you want to talk about the Old World of Darkness, the person you want to talk to is my wife, Sable. The one whose stream I'm on. Right? Because she has been with it since first edition Vampire. Their very first thing they put out. Right? And still has books of first edition Vampire sitting on her shelf. Right? And she's also got all the way up to, I think it was fourth edition is when they finally finished doing there. Nice. Glad to know you have all your books. Right? I got most of the books in PDF somewhere on a flash drive. Um, yeah. Dark Ages Werewolf is pretty interesting, yes. I would agree. Right? To be honest with you, I'm not that much of a fan of the storyteller system, Chiako, but I do like the concept. I just think the execution of the system leaves something to be desired. Right? If you keep it a role playing game, ROLE, and not a role playing game, ROLL, right, or a role playing game, RULE, then you can keep it as a very interesting concept game. Right? Werewolves are awesome characters to play if you're not doing a lot of combat. Because if you do a lot of combat, what you're going to find is that either your werewolf characters are going to rend it, shred it, tear it to pieces, or they're going to die. Because after a certain point, the bell curve screws up, right, with a dice pool system. Right? That's why I like the storytelling system better. That's the system that Scion uses. SCION. Scion. Scion, actually, but right. Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, right. You know, there's got to be some upper limit, right? When you have that meaning, because get a 5th generation vampire fighting you now as a werewolf, where you've got 20 die pool, but he's got 40. It falls apart at that level. And then it's just a matter of luck. Who can score the more 10s? Hey, Song. How you doing, love? Awesome. How's Scribe? Oh, he's working. Or you started work. Okay, Rowan. See you later. Love you, hon. I can get that for her. I've known her for 30 years. Oh, right. Happy birthday. Yes. Happy birthday, Song. Right. Look at the hype. The happy birthday wishes. It'll be immortalized on YouTube forever that this day, the 25th of August, is Yisong's birthday. Happy birthday. Good job, Adventure Bob. Okay, silence is happening, so I have to sing something. According to Rowan, she redeemed a sing something. I was sitting in my basement. I just rolled myself a taste of something green and golden glorious to get me through the day. When my friend calls through the transom, grab your coat and get your hats on. There's a nut down on the corner giving dollar bills away. So I laid around a bit and I had another hit. Then I rolled myself on and I thought about my mama. Then I fooled around, jacked around there. And then I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned and I missed it. I got stoned and rolled right by. Okay, that's just wrong. Got her thing there. People are now talking. Want to help on the scene for tonight's game? Sure do. What are the most important parts of writing a Malkavian NPC? Motivation. Malkavians are deep, really deep, because madness and genius are very, very close together. Trust me on that one. All right, and you know, and research the mental illness that you're giving them. All right, you know, so that you can role play it effectively. Bob, yeah. I don't do a bad job of it either, actually, but I know you're picking them up in the background, but nothing I can do about that. I got a whole selection of Dr. Hook songs that I know there, Bob. Well, now the chat all went quiet again. Because Esong didn't give me her scene for help with the scene for tonight's game. Or did I go offline or something? Ah, I hear you, Esong. Okay, right there. You think you have an okay lore-based explanation on site now to help it with how it would work weekly? Okay, cool. Are you gonna post it there? Very low water, or are you gonna? Okay, we're gonna do Esong's thing. This situation has some layers. There is a secret brotherhood that wants to incite a civil war. One of the agents of that group has created incriminating evidence for one of the local council members. Said council member is leader of an illegal smuggling operation with operators independently started dealing with the slave trade without his knowledge. Okay. Tonight, I expect my players to present this evidence. Okay. Sounds good, Dragon Love Water. Advice on setting it up, or advice on running it, or is it going to be bad if he gets expelled? Right. Okay. The first thing I'm going to say is that the PCs are on the defensive here. Right? When they come to the council is ready to believe their council member over the PCs. Right? Right. So, um, okay. And the evidence was a plant. Okay. But they can present evidence that he is a smuggler and have concluded that he is a slaver because of some planted evidence. Right. Then what you need to do is make them present that evidence, right, for role playing sake, right? Say, okay, you have the evidence, they're listening, go, right? And have them actually present evidence, right? Unless they're not listening, in which case, you end up with the situation that we had last night in our game, right? But um, if they are listening, right, let them present the evidence, and and then if you need him uh, to be kicked off the council or whatever, to be expelled or from the city or whatever, right? Um, Pros and cons of having the party join the city council. I'm sure they're not going to let them all on the city council. Right? That's one thing, right? Unless they've, all proven to be heroes of the town or something. Well, yeah, if they haven't done it yet, then they're going to allow only basically the wisest characters in the party to be on the city council. Right? I would say that I wouldn't allow anybody with wisdom less than 14 onto the city council. That means that wisdom should probably be your prime stat if you're playing a reasonably powered game, which we're not, right? Um, yeah. So maybe your cleric or your paladin might be on the city council, right? A druid maybe, but certainly not your rogue. Okay. Um, I'll get to that in just a minute, Dinosaur Bob. I did catch your question there. I'm just making sure that Esong is done with what she needs to be done with. And then I've got a question waiting from Dragon Lovelock. I can make it. Actually, I'll do yours first because it's going to be really short. Okay? All right. That is true. It does depend on how clogged the road is. But okay, Tillers, good night. See you. All right. See you in the morning. Okay. Then I shall tell you, Bob, what I expected to happen was for for Crowley. Sorry, name just escaped me there. All right, all right. What I expected to happen was for them to arrive back, them to attempt to arrest him, right? Not give him any idea what he's being arrested for, right? And him try and make a break for it or fight for it, right? All right. I didn't expect him to argue with the guy, right? And the guy was randomly rolled. See, the thing about this is that part of the thing that we're trying to get across in this campaign is the flavor of the Toy Soldier Saga universe, which is elves are not necessarily the good guys, right? Um, it's very gray. There's a lot of blend and crossover in in the Toy Soldier Saga universe, right? Um, yeah, so we're trying to get that across, and that elf happened to be evil by random determination, right? And evil people will do evil things and occasionally overstep their bounds. But what characters forgot is they keep thinking that they're dealing with a modern military here, right? And they're not even dealing with a bloody 80s military here. They're dealing with a Napoleonic Wars military, right? They're lucky they gave them a chance to speak at all, right? Normally what they would have done is just turned him around, clubbed him on the head with a sap, and drug him off, right? And he'd have woke up in a cell, and then he would have been told what he was there for. All right. Yeah. Anyways, Dragon Love Water, go ahead with your thing now. While Esong figures out her questions. Okay. Can you be born with it? Dragon Love Water, can you be born with the sight? If the party had fought entirely, you're asking, Bob? If the party had sided with Crowley and fought him? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, there was still a unit full of crossbows and they were ready at the start, yes. Yes, so what would have changed? Well, what would have changed is they would have been peppered with crossbow bolts, right, to start with, right? And um, before anybody could die, because I don't just kill off characters for no reason, right? I would have had the captain show up and put an end to it. But I'd let them get a good shit fucking first, though. Okay, if you're going to do it to where, basically you have to have a certain random event in your life to create something, the the temptation No, I didn't really go that far off the rails there, Bob. The temptation there, Dragon Love Water, is to make a random chart. Yes or no. That's what they did with psionics in the first edition of AD&D, right? And it does not work because what happens is characters who roll it will have something over on characters who don't, right? And um, that's like saying I'm giving everybody who rolls a 6 on a d6 a free feat, right? You know, if only one character in the whole party rolls a 6, he's got a free feat that nobody else does, right? So what I would do with it is say it's basically by random chance in reality, right? Sort of like blue eyes, right? But um, it's a recessive genetic trait sort of idea. But what you have to do it in game is take a feat. A feat gives you the sight, and then you can have then you have an attribute. Maybe you get to roll your sight from that point, right? To determine what your attribute is. Maybe a 4d6, take the highest three, sort of thing, and base it on 3 to 18 like any other stat, right? Right? But you have to take a feat to have that stat, right? And then you determine the chances. Would that affect? You mean the characters don't know they have the sight? Or they don't know how much level of sight they have? Okay, there's a couple of schools of thought on that too. And basically, the idea being, right, what about background? Right? What if my mother was an Eldritch being in my background? Right? And I'm not born with it? Right? Yeah, okay, there's a couple of cool schools of thought on that too, Dragon Love Water. Right? Basically, I've done it in both things, in both ways. Basically, you trust the players not to metagame. Metagaming is when they play upon things that their characters have no idea and can't fathom. Right? So, in other words, right, if they know that uh, they can't lift the statue because you told them it's 500 pounds, so they don't try, right? You know, because they can't look at a statue and say it's 500 pounds. They don't know that. Until they try and lift it up, they're not going to know how heavy it is, right? You know, so you trust them not to play on that. Okay, I try to lift the statue. Okay, well, you can't. Right? It's 500 friggin' pounds, right? And then, and then you also have to understand that characters have no idea how agile they are in real life or in what their wisdom score is, right? You know, players have no idea. The characters have no idea how good their will save is, right? So you know, you trust the player not to play on it. The other school of thought, which I've done too, is to weigh everything that the player from the player that the character can't or won't know. In other words, right? I generated all their stats, all their attributes, right? I I let them pick their class, right? Um, and yeah, uh, you shouldn't have to worry about hiding number associated with site if the players are good enough players, right? What you can do is hide the roles associated with site. In other words, if the character's got a 14 score in site, he gets a +2, right? Like we're talking about the fifth edition system here, right? And he's got to make a site save to notice something. He gets a +2 modifier on it, right? Um, and you set the C of the save based upon whether or not you want him to succeed, right? And then you can use something called a dice tower, right? If this is an online game, what VTT are you using for tabletop? Well, if you can get Starlock, table to help you out with Foundry. Foundry VTT, right, is a good buy for a virtual tabletop, right? What you have to do is shell out the money for it. There's no other way, right? You can get Fantasy Grounds on a monthly payment plan, but you end up paying way more for it because you pay $4 a month or so, and that's $50 over the course of a year, right? And same with Roll20, which costs more than Fangrounds does for the subscription, right? And Foundry Virtual Tabletop is integrated with World Anvil, right? So I don't know how the integration works exactly, but I know they're integrated. Laura Bones. Oh, in the Synergesia world. Synergy world, or whatever it's called there. Okay, well that's cool. Are you going to be doing it in person then, Dragon Love Water? Hurricane Laura. Depends. Is she on the east or the west coast? Because she's on the west coast, it's Typhoon Laura. Okay, well if you're doing it in person, it's all much easier, right? Because then it's all paper. You just have to worry about you know, keeping things order on paper. All right. But if you're doing it online, all right, I recommend Boundary Virtual Tabletop. It's $50, but it's really powerful VTT. Oh, geez, really? I didn't know there was a hurricane down there, actually. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. Wow. You have two hurricanes. Holy Christ. Mother Nature has shown us that she is still the fucking charge. Humans like to get all high and mighty, but Mother Nature's a bitch. The universe is not indifferent to intelligence, it is actively hostile towards it. Well, of course, the male hurricane fizzled out. I hope everybody is okay down there. Macaro, that's funny. Whereabouts are you located there, Dragon Love Water? East Texas. Okay. Okay, it's time for my medication break. I'm going to take a brief break here and not kill my pipe. I'll be going for 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm back. I don't. I live in the most beautiful place on earth, the Okanagan Valley in Canada. Where I live, we got moose, and we don't have grizzlies or blizzards. Well, we've had the occasional blizzard, but moose aren't scary. And it's really big cows that live in swamps. You guys have wild pigs down there. Those are scary. Oh yeah, black bears. We got lots of black bears. Nah, you want moose? You stay here in Canada. We got some pretty mighty moose around here. Normal hogs aren't that scary. They're just smart. Oh yeah, plenty of deer. Plenty of deer. But throughout the Okanagan Valley, heading especially into the mountains where the land is wetter, all right, we've got a lot of moose. Yeah, and they're big animals. Are you sure it's not 4-year-old kids being beaten at night? That's because pigs are smart and they know to eat them. Don't eat pig. Then they won't be having anything against you. Trust me, right? You might have something against me if you realize that I wanted to eat you too, right? Where are you located, Macaro? Yeah, we got coyotes out here too. Pigs are no more predators than humans are. They're omnivores. Ah, right. I asked you that earlier. So nowhere near Amsterdam then. You don't live anywhere near Amsterdam. Thankfully for you. What a smoggy place that was in the 80s. Yeah, 100 kilometers, yeah. You were working in Amsterdam and living where you are? We got cougars. I live inland, so I don't worry about great white sharks. They say your chances of being attacked by a shark are roughly equivalent to your chances of being hit by lightning. They say your chances increase dramatically if you actually get in the water. Wow, 12 and a half hours in work. Gee, most of that. Well, I admire you, Macaro, because I can do it. Well, I physically couldn't do it now, but that would just drive me nuts working that much and commuting that much. You know, I admire you for commuting. What are you doing now that lockdown there? Hi, Bob. Seeing a few. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. At least you're in a profession that allows you to work from home. Me, I'm retired. They retired me. Huh, okay. You have a static IP then? Like your ISP doesn't change your IP on you? Ah, okay. Nice. I'm sort of spoiled as far as that goes. I live in Canada. All right. My current internet is 300 over 100. Right. You know, so internet's cheap here, but computers are expensive. So yeah, I think so. I'm sorry, Dragon Love Water. Right. I'm sorry I wasn't more help to you. Yeah, I only wish I had 1,500. We can get 600, 300 here, but well, if you want to, Dragon Love Water, we can meet for a Discord chat in our Discord at some point and to have a voice chat and see what you want there. If you're not in our Discord already, this is our Discord, right? We are pretty friendly and outgoing community, yeah. So just there and if you're not already, and hit me up on a private message. I'm Erin Righ. I'm the commander. I'm the second in command there, right? And I'm always on. I'm always on Do Not Disturb, but that's just so I don't get pop-ups, right? I do answer my private messages, my direct messages, pretty directly when I can. So yeah, excellent. See you there. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cheap for 1,500. I mean, when you're only paying, what is that, 22.50 more, which is only about a 50% increase, right, for that much more bandwidth. Yeah, I hear you, Dragon Love Water. We'll talk. Just hit me up. You know, I'm usually around. I'm retired, remember? Yeah, except for I game master like 3 games or something like that, so I'm constantly updating game stuff. Which is why I'm trying to corner Starlock so that I can get him to help me out with Foundry. So, any other questions for me in chat here, or help people would like? We got another hour to go, folks. What's my favorite ice cream flavor? I think the Tonight Dough by Ben and Jerry's. But I eat a lot of chocolate ice cream. That's just because of I take my medication with it. My medication really sucks to take. Don't take. It sucks because it's tastes awful, and so I make some chocolate milkshakes with it. I found chocolate covers up the taste the best. Mandatory evac in Galveston and Beaumont. Ooh. Okay, Macaro, talk to you later. Oh, and Laura Bones is rating. Ouch. Rawr! See ya, Makaro. Hi, Daz. Hi, Secondhand. Hi, Laura. Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Makaro. Come on back anytime and we'll have some more talk about stuff. It's late there. You're what, 7 hours ahead of us? It's like 10 o'clock or something? Or you're 8 hours ahead of us? Yeah, I think 8. And I gotta tell you, I liked every Dutch person I've ever met. I said hi, Daz. Well, we're between topics. If you got a question you want to ask, or you got an article in World Amble you want me to view, uh-oh. Okay, see you, Dragon. Good luck. So again, yep, see? Here comes Bra. Have I ever shrunk my PCs to 6 inches, 3 inches for the gnome? Yes. I made them very small, yes. 4 inches, actually. Okay. That makes them the same size as a G.I. Joe. I believe my roommate's still up. He has shrunk PCs down to 6 inches. Things become a lot scarier to a 6-inch guy. When a mouse is considered large. Nice. I'm glad they're still playing Death Cat. Right. But yeah, I've had mages do that too. Stick them in bags of holding. Oh yeah. I'm picturing Fragine and Raoul from Willow. Yeah, brownies. Your hair, your eyes, your whiskers. Yeah, I said all that. It was a good movie, one of Val Kilmer's best, actually, I think. But um, yeah, Val and Joanne got married on the set of that movie. Okay, well, we need to figure out what we're going to do with an hour here, people. If you're not going to ask much questions, we're just going to continue talking about Willow. Just a minute, Fix.
I'm just grabbing stuff.
Yeah, I was just muting myself while Sable was wandering around the room talking, so, you know. What types of undead should be in my Lich's dungeon? Is there a type of undead you don't want in the Lich's dungeon? Right? Everything except Draco Liches, because they're tougher than the Lich. Should not be any undead tougher than the Lich in the dungeon. But aside from that, go nuts, because every type of undead wants to serve a Lich. Right? Well, unless you're Stradlin Zarvich and Aslan. But well, Lord Soth. I don't think Lord Soth can serve a Lich. He doesn't like undead. Can't be vampires? Yeah, Bob's right. Some of the higher level intelligent skeleton variants are always fun. What game system is this in there, Dazzy? Yeah, then he is right. Some of the higher level intelligent skeleton variants are fun. And they're not as tough as a Lich. Mm. I would like you to remind you, Des, that a Lich's phylactery could literally be anything, right? So it doesn't have to be a little tiny chest that's attached to a headband that you put on your forehead, right? So, you could have the phylactery be his throne or something, right? It's where he's hidden his life force. That's the only thing, right? And it does not radiate magic, right? And um, characters will only know if they destroyed it once they've destroyed it, because the Lich will stop attacking them and die. Right? Because the Lich in his phylactery room will have probably 100 bodies waiting for him to take over. Well, depending on the size of the phylactery sanctum. That's possible, sure. Sure, I like the idea. An undigestible container, something immune to acid, right? And too big for him to shit out. Right? So remember that as much as they're going to be trying to find the phylactery in that room, right? The mimic, you could also have him look like a tapestry, right? and he's not very hungry at the moment because he's got indigestion, so he's not going to bite at the characters. Yep, 1 gem inside a chest with 100 similar gems. Even better if you can do it with like 1,000 gems, but that does give the characters 1,000 gems. Oh, and the lit should also have a. If you were to put it do something like that, you would put it in 100 gems inside a gemstone. The lich would have something prepared like a disintegrate as his last spell, and he would use it on himself as soon as the players basically found phylactery. Right, basically as soon as it was believable that they could kill him. Yeah, and if you put it on a gold piece or something like that, their choice is destroy them all or put it, because I would say melting it wouldn't actually into a brick of gold wouldn't actually destroy the phylactery. All that does is change the shape, right? And if you put it on a gem, yeah, you're right. They either pocket them with the treasure or they realize that they need to destroy them all just to be sure. Yeah, and that means they realize they got to destroy everything in the room, right? And they might not even think of something like the tapestry you've got to mimic. Oh yeah. Female liches, I love them. Yeah, well, how much do they know? Like, honestly, your PCs probably know how to kill a lich, but do the characters? That's the first question, right? Have they researched how to kill a lich? Okay, that's good, right? Because can't give it away. They know they got to find the phylactery and destroy it, right? Do they know the phylactery can be anything in this possession? Okay, right. Well, do they have access to weapons of mass destruction? Like, seriously, like they have access to dynamite, like tons of it, or um, or uh, orb of annihilation or something. Oh, they do, eh? Okay, because if they think this is the right place, what they're gonna have to do is blow it up because they can't even leave the place standing. And if they don't think of that, what I would do in this case, I would do it ahead of time, but if this is a situation, I would make the building the phylactery, or the building is the mimic with phylactery in it. just a super giant sized mimic. So well fed it became the size of a building. Right? Right? Well, there you go. Make the building, or put the phylactery inside of a mimic, and it is the building. Right? If they start to destroy the building, the mimics attack them. That fucking mimic is going to be psycho tough. Right? And mimic, if it's well fed by the lich, is probably fanatically loyal to it. I mean, they are pretty stupid, but they're at least as smart as animals, if I remember correctly. I think they got 2 or 3 intelligence. I don't know in 5th edition, but they can be trained. And a lich just has enough magic that he could probably train one. Some uber skeletons inside. The skeletons could even be the remains of meals left for the mimic. Right? Mimic just eats them, and the mimic's digestive juices won't digest bone. So he just spits them out or shits them out or whatever. Right? Along with the equipment they might have had on them. You Yep. Right. You could even use it to their smaller skeletons. Smaller skeletons you could beef them up a bit by giving them a poison attack or a disease attack. Yeah. Yeah, think sepsis. All right, Bob, enjoy your pizza. Later, mate. Yeah, like I say, think sepsis. Sepsis is the disease you want for that. It's got a slow onset time, but it's horrible. You're debilitating, and it will kill you. It will kill you. Hey, Stretch, how you doing? You came for the last half hour. Good. Yeah, I was talking about you earlier. I was talking about Bob too. I was saying these guys can help out a lot with chat stream when people are asking for advice, and it seems I lose one and gain the other one. Are you sure you're not the same person? Okay. Ah, get them cards out. Are you been playing online? Yeah, I ignored it. Right on. That's cool. It's so rare that we can get together with just a friend and do something these days. That you got to treasure every time you do. Is my mic cutting out when I talk loud? Sweet. What level are your characters there, Daz? Oh, you missed nothing. Okay. There. Oh, well, eight's a good level to start fighting dragons. I've been there, Daz. I've had the worst luck rolling for some bad guys too. Right? You know, right now we're doing battle tech, and like they're already up in like heavies and assault mechs to start with, you know, in the big mechs because they managed to luck out and take out guys with the mechs. Well, I have a cure for that in my online game. It's called RPG Dinosaur Bob and E Songbird. They always let me reroll bad rolls from my monsters. Make my players reroll good rolls. Because we have a stream rule that if you're watching in the stream for the online game and you can get booty points, right? Right? Then you can uh, force a reroll. Right? But since Sable's a player and she's always in the stream and she has unlimited booty points, booty coins, right? Then she has to use my booty coins because I don't have unlimited. And I have a rule that no player can re-roll for themselves. So it gets some audience participation and we have a lot of fun. Yep, I can understand that. I used to have a dog. I got two lazy cats. Well, I got one lazy cat, one really good mouser cat. But what did you steal there, Daz? Container of paper minis. Yeah, dog drool and teeth will definitely destroy that. Well, as far as minis go, here at the end of the month, tomorrow, actually, I'm putting aside the money. Right? And when they order them in, I'm getting myself a 3D printer so I can print my own damn minis. Yeah, I have to forego my tobacco purchase for this month. That's okay though. I've got lots of tobacco. I collect tobacco, so. Thought a really good question to ask you earlier and can't remember it now. All right, that figures. All right, you're either old or you smoke a lot of pot or both. And oh no, actually, the problem is the air up there is so thin, makes it hard to remember stuff. And I'm sure that's one you've never heard before. Hello, King Maglut. You're new to Twitch. Okay, well, welcome to my stream. Are you looking for RPG advice? Nice. How's DMing around 79? Yeah, did you come from World Anvil? How did you find us? Oh, we're just on your Twitch page. That's cool. Yes, Sable Aradia is my wife. But yeah, welcome to the stream, and feel free to throw in your 2 bits if somebody else asks for advice too. Oh yeah. LA by night, that'd be awesome. So you're into the world of darkness then. And we had another fellow in here named Philadelphia night. Used to run a big LARP back in the thousands. Oh yeah, that's cool. Right. I semi-run, Sable actually ran a LARP back in the late 90s, I would guess it would be, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sable's right there if you through her followed channels, which this is her channel that I'm on. No, babe, you were still in school in 91 and 92, or 99. I met you your graduating year. These is we're doing Pathfinder and BattleTech of all things, because I really enjoy it. and so therefore Sable's doing. And I don't know what anybody else in the stream is doing. Feel free to speak up, guys. Well, thanks for the follow, King Magloot. I can change that annoying noise for that, though. Well, hopefully my headphones don't cut out here because I just got a low battery warning. It means I've got about 15 minutes left, so. Yep, my 6-hour battery won't last my 3-hour stream. What's the most common mistake I see GMs make regularly? I think over compensating the players, right? Too much treasure, basically. I think is the big one that I see early GMs get involved with is too much reward. Master Lauren obviously agrees with me, right? Yeah, there's a for that. They call it Monty Hall. You know, you can trade up all the time, right? Oh yeah, that's sort of weird and annoying too. Opening backgrounds for stories you're never gonna tell, right? You know, right. I'm writing a really long and elaborate future history actually, going from the year about 2000 to the year 3000, right? Um, on a family in Canada and what happened to them in the Battletech universe. But one of the players is playing a descendant of this family, so yeah, exactly, King Maglood. Yeah. I made this super complicated calendar that you must all learn overnight to to figure out what's going on in the game world when things took place, like they did with Athos, for Christ's sake, right? You know, how about something simple, right? My in our campaign has 2 calendars and people can follow it just fine. That's because one calendar has 360 days in it, and the other one has 364 days in it, right? Each month in the one calendar is 30 days, and each month in the other calendar is 28, right? You know, and so, you know, basically you got 13 months in one and 12 months in the other, right? And when we're playing in one region, we use one calendar, and we're playing in another region, we use another calendar, right? And that's because one is an elven calendar and one is an orcish calendar, and they're based in their home worlds, right? And because of that, we actually have a uh, calendar program that translates from one calendar to the other. Wow. A really good guy on World Anvil wrote it for us. It's called his name is Arty, Arty, and you should slip him a few bucks and he might make something for you too. And I don't know if he's a streamer. I don't have preference actually, King Magloot. When it comes to starting a campaign at whatever level, it depends on what the situation calls for. I started this last campaign at first level. They're now fourth level. I started the campaign before that at third level, right? And I've started campaigns at 20th level before. Well, it was actually a continuation of another campaign where I brought in some old players from different worlds, right? Where they actually had like background, so we weren't just narrating at 20th level, right? It's things like Sable had her paladin character from her world come in, and my cousin Ted had his assassin character from his world come in, right? And I had my mage, which I've played since literally 1977, 78, yeah, 78, right? So, you know, and it lasted for as long as the players were around playing, anyways. Yep. Basically, I do draw them out of retirement campaigns every once in a while, right? Where you take the people where they are. For 5 epic rules, actually, right? It was before Pathfinder even came out. It was before Paizo even got the rights to it. Well, the epic rules are really sort of lame, and they don't make sense. In role-playing games, you're using the Chinese fallacy. The Chinese fallacy says the more you practice something, the better you will get at it. That's not a fact. Well, D&D assumes there is no upper level of human achievement, which means that basically you can keep advancing for your entire life because inhumanly strong or whatever from your advancement when you're 40th level and have a 28 strength naturally, right? A 30 strength if you put your +2 on it for being a human. Oh, wait, no, that's Pathfinder, never mind. Yeah, probably. You'd be about 5th level. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Right? But if your characters have like a gazillion experience points and they're 40th level, why do they only have the attack bonus and saves of a 30th level character? And well, according to all the magic that he did in the book, and sorry, bitch, to all the magic that he did in the books, Gandalf would have been about 5th level as a wizard in 1st edition. Yeah, that's an absolute fact, Master Lorne. And you consider that half of that, there'd be half many 21st level characters, half that many 22nd level characters, right? By the time you get to 30, there's like 2 in the world, right? Well, that's why I drew them from different worlds, because I agreed with that, right? So when I did this campaign, all these characters came from different worlds to come together to fight a world's shattering problem. Right? And they formed groups that have lasting effects even into our games now. That's so stinky. Nothing to drink. But yeah, exactly, my good. Most of our characters came from homebrew worlds, but we did have characters that originated in worlds like Greyhawk, right? Like my mage. He actually originated in Jesus, I can't remember the name of the okay, there we go. Reconnected. Damn it. Sorry about that. Yeah. Cool, there, King Magoo. Thank you. I rock and roll day, you say. My harem is laughing at you. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but giggling and shit. Yeah, do you stream yourself, King Magoo? It's not hard to do. You just need a webcam and a concept. Yeah, Kahuna's up. I'm just worried about my headset keeping up until it comes in there. Kahuna's up, okay. And what'd you find in your test stream there? Magloot? I can call you Magloot, can't I? I'm a king too. Okay, Kahuna is here. Alright. That'd be cool. I'm here. Has I not come back online? Maglut? Maglut, okay. Then I shall call you Maglut. And you call me Erin. It says here, whatever that is. There. Erin Righ. It stands for King of Ireland. Cool. I love goblins. Goblins are my favorite. I even got like things. I bought my wife a goblin mug. Let's get it on the screen. See? My real name is Erin McCroy. Sorry about yawning on the screen here, but we're gonna raid Kahuna. We're gonna raid him with the right keyboard so it doesn't go because I use a different keyboard than my wife does. Okay. See you next time, King Maglut. And thanks for following, and thanks to Riku for following us too. Yeah, that sounds cool, man. That does sound cool. Right. If your stream is working out fine, then I'll come follow it and find out. I'll do that after I'm rating. Talk to you soon, my friend.